know that there was a lot of requests from some of our U.S. Friends and family that wanted to be a part of this as well, to understand how amazing Joyome is for Canada and what we can do with Canada moving forward. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to two very special people. Number one is Tyler Horton.
Hello.
And also to Stephen Roman, and if you watched the live stream, he was our superstar. We loved him, and we had a lot of fun watching him up there. We found out that he's, secretly he should be on a stage all the time. Anyway, with that said, not that I wanted to embarrass the two of you at all, but I'll start over here with you, Tyler, and we can get started about Canada and Joyome.
Good evening. Welcome to you all. It's nice to be here. My name is Tyler Horton. I'm a senior product marketing manager on the product marketing side here at Plexus, and I worked pretty intensively on the Joyome launch, all the marketing materials, the messaging, the positioning. And I think kind of the point of the call today is just we already covered the details about Joyome, the features, benefits, ingredients. Stephen did a great job of that. What we want to talk about today is how we can compliantly tell the gut glam beauty from within story in Canada, because the regulations obviously are quite different. But just starting off, just a recap of our Too Big to Miss event. We had 64,000 total attendees. 64,000 total attendees. 850 were in person in Scottsdale. Almost 60,000 live streamed the event from home and from various watch parties. 3,500 replays, and of all of that, we had almost 2,000 that were Canadian. So it was a huge success. Thank you all for attending and watching. We really appreciate it.
Let me know if you need me to change slides.
Oh, change the slide. Sorry. Sorry.
All right. So, as you all know, Darla is not technically inclined, right? I mean, I do a lot of other things really well, but this is not one of them. So we need to thank you. Could you help us switch the slides here, Tim? Because I'm afraid to touch that because it turns on my sound.
You can choose the arrow key. The arrow button.
And we'll be okay? No, we're not. I'm not lying when I'm saying this. Folks, technical difficulties because I'm on a computer. That's what happens. So what do I do? I'm going to do this.
Maybe if you turn your microphone off.
We did. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're good. All right, I think we're good now. So
okay,
let me
next slide.
Let me go to the next slide. Here we go. Perfect.
So that's just a recap of the numbers. And then you can go to the next slide, Darla, please.
All right, sure can.
Just kind of a recap of why Joyome is a good fit for Plexus. And this is a little bit different for Canada, but in the U.S., we're definitely trying to position ourselves as the leaders in microbiome supplements, with Vital Biome and Slim and some of the ingredients in X Factor, ProBio 5. And so it just makes sense that if we think that we can improve the overall health of our body by addressing imbalances in the gut microbiome, that potentially we could address the health of our skin and the appearance of our skin by addressing imbalances in the skin microbiome. And so that's how we kind of come to the inner beauty connection.
Mm-hmm.
So next slide.
Yeah, this one.
All right. So does that mean it?
Yeah.
All right. So one of the things that we found really interesting was, as we did these reformulations, as you know, for X Factor Plus and for Slim, we also started seeing other benefits, or at least our ambassadors were noticing other benefits. So we started looking a little more and found that, as Tyler mentioned, that Joyome would be a nice segue into what these other kind of exterior benefits that our consumers were noticing. But what I wanted to cover in these next couple slides is just what the real differences are between what you can actually say about the two products, X Factor and Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Slim and X Factor, there's, as you know, Health Canada has different regulations than the U.S. does. So because of these regulations, we have to be careful about how we talk about them. And that's why I mentioned that one disclaimer on the live broadcast on Saturday, that everything I said there was designed for the U.S. audience. Mm-hmm. So now we'll just go into a little bit deeper into what the differences are on the next slide.
There you go.
So here you can see a nice table that Tyler put together where you can actually see, you got the U.S. on the left side, Canada on the right. And let's look at Slim. So Slim in Canada, the only really approved claim we can say is to help protect cells from environmental damage caused from free radicals, as opposed to the other claims you see on the left, which are okay to say in the U.S. Now, obviously, it's the same formula in both countries, right? But as we want to make sure that we're compliant in all our communications, whether it be on Facebook, in person, telephone, live videos, Facebook Live, we just have to be careful to only use the approved language that we have on the right, which is helps to protect cells from environmental damage caused by free radicals. And this is only when we talk about SLIM by itself. Now, when we talk about X Factor Plus by itself, you see two claims on the right-hand side on that column there. Helps to maintain healthy skin, hair, and nails, and provides antioxidants to protect against free radical damage. And you'll see Tyler's note at the bottom there in red. We can't talk about the two products being used together for any mutual benefits. It's always one product and its benefits, and the other product and its benefits. And we're also not compliantly supposed to talk about the gut glam story. And we're not specifically talking about any microbiome claims associated with SLIM or X Factor in Canada.
But we will go over in a minute, in a few slides, about a creative way to address the gut glam story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's look at the next slide. Well, yeah, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so now the nutritional diet, well, they're not dietary supplements in Canada, but the SLIM and X Factor aside, what you can say about Joyome, all the claims that we make about Joyome in the US, you can make in Canada. So just to be clear on that, anything related to skincare and these two products, AM, PM, used together singularly, the clinical studies we ran, all those same claims you can make. So everything you got in the VIP kit is good to go in Canada.
Right.
And let's go to the next slide. And so this slide. Now, just to kind of summarize, give you some examples. Joyome has an amazing microbiome balancing complex that helps replenish your skin's moisture barrier. Totally clear. Go ahead and say that. That's, you know, this perfectly approved claim. Another one that you can say that, you know, again, going back to the distinction of the different products is when your skin microbiome is out of balance, your moisture barrier can break down, allowing environmental age aggressors to penetrate the skin, leading to the signs of accelerated aging. So if you watch the video or the Saturday presentation that we did, you'll understand that whole out of balance and the microbiome and the barrier and the skin barrier function related to S. epidermidis and S. aureus. So that's what that's referring to. Now, another way you can talk about SLIM and X Factor without tying any of these things together is then you would follow up with that statement. Did you know that SLIM helps to protect cells from environmental damage caused by free radicals? So there, it's a very soft way to say it without tying any of this together, but it's also independent and it's only talking about SLIM. Then we look at number 4, and by the way, X Factor Plus provides free radical protection as well as support for healthy skin, hair, and nails. So again, we're not saying these work together to do anything, but the way we talk about these things in the order, we still communicate the benefits, right? So that's the point of these bullet points.
I think the last one, where Plexus offers an amazing line of products that support both your inner and outer beauty, is a great one to use all the time. I really do, because it basically brings together what you want to say about one product and then separately about the other product as well.
Yeah, and honestly, if I were going to look at this as like a sales sheet or a sales tool, I'd probably flip the number 1 and the number 5.
Right.
I'd probably lead off with that statement
Right.
and then start walking through, and I think that would probably make a little more sense to everybody.
Right, exactly.
But again, the whole point of these examples is to show you how you can still share the knowledge and the benefit of the different individual products without tying them all together and just to make sure that we're compliant.
And I just want to note over here, you can see from Natalie, she's saying this to all of us here, that this is an amazing education. So they're appreciating the fact that from a Canadian standpoint, they just need to know what they can and can't do, and it really makes a big difference when you're moving with a new product in a new country, right? So it's great. Thank you.
Good.
Great.
And so then I think the next slides will be, I'll turn them over to Darla.
Yeah. So folks, I know that you've already taken a look on your you're in the virtual office. And as you know, we've been working really hard to make sure that everything that we have that's available in the US is also available in Canada for you to be able to promote your business. And this is an opportunity for you to go back to the best practices, what I call the best practices too, that checklist of what you can do and how you can connect and support with people that maybe you haven't been in touch with, or you know what, maybe for whatever reason, they weren't interested in our nutritionals, but could be very interested in being a part of what we have for skincare. And that's a really open market. It's a new market for you to go to, along with adding this on to as well, those people that are already, very happy with Slim, very happy with our other products as well. This is a super way for you to reintroduce, reconnect. And for me, if I was looking at this from a how do I make this really amazing for my customer, my preferred customer, or my ambassadors? What I would be doing right now is actually encouraging yourselves and your leaders and anybody that's on your first line to just keep on talking to people, reintroducing what they're already loving about Plexus, and then sharing with them how amazing this new addition to our collection is and what that could mean for them. So I would recommend you using that, and then moving on to the samples that you can have as well, which is fantastic. I mean, honestly, who couldn't do better than that? I think really you've got a great product with a great price. And yes, by the way, I just wanted to reiterate to you that the price that it is in the States, it's exactly as it is in Canada, except it's in Canadian dollars. So $150 brings it out to just over $180 in Canadian. That's that 1.25506 I keep on talking about with everybody. I've got that down to an art. Everything is at 1.25506, and I think that's great. So will Canada be able to purchase samples only as well? You know what, that's a great question. I'm just looking at some of the questions that are coming up, and I will put that into the hopper and see what I can see what we can do to make that happen for you. Here's what I'm going to suggest. If I see sales are pretty good on these VIP packs, then maybe that's something that we want to consider. We have to take a look at what we've got for people purchasing it, and I think we could probably consider that for sure. Okay. And I think, let's see what else we got here. Oh, spread the joy. How amazing is that, right? I mean, honestly, I know everybody always laughs at me when I say this. I always take everything 1.25506, but they've only put it up at 12.53 Canadian, and we all know that in Canada we don't have pennies anymore, so it's kind of funny to have that sitting there. So when somebody enrolls right now, when they get started and they want to get started with our Joyome pack, it's basically $9.95 as an enrollment through May the 25th. You just need to use the promo code Sign Me Up. And don't forget, alongside of that, folks, now in Canada this is happening, and we have extended it also to for our U.S. ambassadors, is that if you sign anybody up on your first line right now, you're going to move right into what we call our Ready, Set, Enroll. And this is phenomenal because not only are you going to get your regular $25 that you get with our promotion, you're going to get an additional $25 as well with the welcome packs. And if it's the $199 pack, you're going to get another additional $25 as well, because you'll have gotten $50 and then $25. So think about this. You're making a lot of money by just promoting the business and promoting these packs. So remember, you've only got a few weeks left with this promotion. It ends at the end of May. And then the other opportunity that you've got, folks, as well, is that a lot of you have coupon codes that we distributed when you did the replay for Edmonton, for the Edmonton launch, and that there as well are free enrollment codes. So I just want you to figure this out. If you use the enrollment codes that they're talking about for this one here, right, the Sign Me Up, and then you have two codes from being on the replay from Edmonton that we did on May the 2nd, you effectively, with just that alone, could be at a silver level, which is, as we all know, the best thing that you can want to do is to get to a silver level in the business. So I can only tell you what I know from a business standpoint. When a new product comes out and you've got all of these promotions, this is when you want to really rev up your business. And we're just brand new with a frontier country that's just getting open. So you guys, you've got everything basically in the palm of your hands to build your businesses really well in this month and moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's a great point that Darla makes, because if you think about it, when the U.S. has been open for a very long time, selling a lot of our kind of tried and true legacy products, but for your first prospects, in the U.S., people are kind of going back to old prospects that they didn't have a chance to enroll in an opportunity previously, but every new prospect, you can say, well, hey, if you don't like that, we've got this. I mean, you've got so many facets to really grow your business quickly, between the skincare, the nutritionals, the multivitamins and micronutrients, especially the way they bundled it with Slim X Factor and the Joyome. I think it really gives you a great opportunity to build your business quicker, because, like I said, every new prospect, you have so many more options now to work with than we did before.
Look at posted this slide and already have someone reaching out to me. These are the things we love to see. And I know you all can't wait to get your VIP box. And I know that as well, there's a special surprise for those of you that also registered and were a part of the live stream. And those of you that are going to get registered tonight for the replay before midnight, trust me, you're going to want to do it. It's well worth it. Listen to what I'm saying. I never tell you something if it's not true. So highly recommend you do that, folks. And thank you for being with us today. I want to thank the two of you as well for taking time. Is there anything that you want to add at all?
No.
No? Anything? No? Nothing there? Another question. Can you re-explain that enrollment incentive? Normal business building bonus of 25 plus another bonus of 25. So it's a bonus building promotion, not a bonus. It's a bonus building promotion that we do in Canada. And so, yes, you're going to get your regular $25 for that, which we have for the promotion. And on top of that, because it's an open, we've got an additional $25 for you until the end of May. We did this just for you enrolling Canadian ambassadors. So you can do that as a U.S. ambassador enrolling in Canada, or a Canadian ambassador enrolling an ambassador in Canada as well. And then on top of that, with the $199 pack, we figured, well, it's already $50 for that, plus you're going to get 25. That means it's 75. Does that make sense? Okay. Wow, awesome. Now get out there and make it happen. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you to the two of you for helping. I really appreciate it. We'll get you to come back again, because it sounds to me like they love you. Okay? Two superstars. Here we go. Bye, guys. Thanks. Bye.